Hi, my name is Andrea. I'll be your nurse for this shift.
Hi, Andrea. It's nice to meet you.
Is there anyone you'd like me to call or anyone I can have come in to visit with you?
Yeah, could you call my husband? I need him to bring up some stuff for me. I think I'm going to be here a while.
For sure. I'll do that right after we're finished, okay?
Thank you.
Do you mind if I have a seat? Will you have a chat?
Yeah, please sit.
How are you feeling about everything that's going on right now?
Well, it's a lot to take in. I probably should have come in earlier. I just thought I had a cold I couldn't shake. You know, I got this cough a few years ago. I didn't think much of it. I'm so worried about how my family will react. I can't have my kids go through what I went with my mother when she was sick.
Do you mind expanding on that last part?
She died of breast cancer when I was 13.
I'm so sorry. Thank you for sharing with me. Mind explaining how you feel that affected your life?
I don't mind. It was really hard for me to process as a child. You know, when my mom first became sick, I took on the responsibility of caring for my younger brother while my dad was taking her to appointments. Never really had a childhood after that. And then when she passed, my father didn't cope well, so I just took on the responsibility of caring for everybody else instead of myself.
That must have been really hard for you. Thank you so much for sharing. Have there been any other occurrences in your life where you feel that you've been putting people before you?
Oh, all the time. Throughout high school, I never really talked to my friends or boyfriends about my mom because I didn't want to burden them. And then I met my husband in the first year of college, and shortly after that, we had our daughter. And then I decided to put my educational career on hold, and I never really went back after that. I have invested myself into my family, and my job is to take care of them.
Have you told anyone yet about your current health situation?
No, not yet. I just don't have the right words.
If you're open to it, I'd like to meet with you a couple more times to help you navigate this difficult transition in your life.
I would really like that. Thank you for taking the time to talk with me.
No problem. Leah, what's wrong?
I just don't want to die. It's not fair. Why does it have to be me?
Wow, what's causing this reaction?
Well, it's the first night after receiving this diagnosis, my first real time to reflect on the true implications of it. I just couldn't stop thinking about how my husband won't have a wife and my children won't have a mother. I just don't know how to do this. Nobody ever prepares you for this.
Let's take some deep breaths, okay? In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. One more, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Now that we've caught our breath, let's take a moment. Let's look at how we can deal with the root cause of this anxiety. What do you think is causing your anxiety?
I guess just a fear of death and what happens after it. I always like to have control in my life, and with this, I don't have any control.
Okay, so there's a fear of dying, which is a completely normal feeling, and a feeling of no control. Let's focus on what we can control, okay? So you could be here all day thinking about how scared you are for death, but that will not change the outcome. It is an inevitable thing for everyone, and we as a society tend to dismiss accepting it as a natural part of our life and think that it will never happen to us. But that only prolongs the process of actually dealing with these overwhelming emotions. What we can do is we can take control of what we can change, which is what you decide to do with the time that you have. There is a time for processing what is to come, but don't let that consume all of your time. Take the time to accept your emotions, and we'll acknowledge them and acknowledge how you're feeling, but then we need to move forward and focus on what means the most to you in the time that you do still have, such as enjoying your family, forgiving and forgetting, prioritizing the things that bring you joy.
You're right. I get what you're saying, but it's just so hard.
I understand that, and it is going to be hard. You just have to keep reminding yourself on what you can control and take it day by day. What do you usually do when you're feeling overwhelmed?
Well, I'll make a tea, I'll read a book, and depending on the time of day, I'll usually pray.
Okay, so how about I make you a tea and see if I can find you a book?
That would be great. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Come in.
Hi, Leah. I have a book here for you, okay? And the water's just boiling for your tea. If you ever need anything or are starting to feel overwhelmed, don't hesitate to press the call bell and call me, okay? The doctor has prescribed you Ativan, which can help with anxiety attacks. So if you ever feel that one's coming on or you feel very, very anxious, just let me know and I can help you with that.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate how kind you've been to me. You have really comforted me throughout this time in my life, and I'm not used to asking for help.
Okay, it's my pleasure to be here to help you, okay? Let me know.
It's so good to see you today. I've taken some time to reflect on our conversation we had yesterday, and I've configured this diagram that kind of illustrates some meaningful events and relationships that have kind of played a key role in forming how you are today. I've identified some recurrent patterns that I picked up from our conversation, and I'd really like to talk about them with you. How would you interpret this diagram? Are you noticing any patterns?
Okay. Wow. I hadn't realized how much I was pushing away the people I love. I always thought that I was protecting my family by putting on a brave face, but I was really just pushing them away. I can see now how I need to be more open with them, and I experience the good and bad. Would you mind calling my husband? I would really like to be with my family right now.
For sure. I'll go do that right now, okay?
Thank you.
Hi, Lee. How was your visit with your family?
Well, it was one of the best visits I've ever had. I was open and honest with them, and they embraced me completely. We talked for hours and laughed. It was a really remarkable experience. Thank you so much for helping me grow as a person and allowing me to develop myself through more meaningful connections with my family. I know that I might not have much time left, but I feel at peace now, knowing what truly matters to me in life.
I'm so glad you had such a good visit. It's been so inspiring to watch you transform, and I appreciate you allowing me to be part of this experience.
Thank you.
No problem.
Andrea, can I talk to you about something?
Sure, what's up?
Okay, I was just concerned. I noticed that Mike, a male nurse, is paired to take care of Leah, and I know that in their Muslim culture they like to have gender concordant care, so a female with a female and a male with a male. So I was wondering if I would be able to take her on my assignment.
Sure, if you're okay with that.
Okay, perfect.
Selena, can I talk to you in the hall for a sec?
Oh yeah, one second. Leah, and I brought your book for you. I noticed it was left at the nursing station last night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Selena, there's some people here to visit Leah. I just noticed that it's more than our policy states patients are allowed to have, and they were saying that they had flown in from BC, so I just didn't know what the plan was.
Okay, so I understand that our policy says that we can only have one visitor, but she is palliative, so we are allowed to. I know she has 3 people here, but in her culture it is very important for family to be present and come and visit. It's a requirement for them. As long as it's in accordance with restrictions, they are all vaccinated and they're wearing their masks, they're compliant. I think we can maybe compromise here in this situation as long as it doesn't compromise other patients.
Okay, I didn't know that about the Muslim culture, so I'll just let our manager know and we'll make it work, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, it's Selena, your nurse. Oh, what's happening?
My tubing is too short, and I need to get on the ground to pray. I'm so anxious.
Okay, here, let me attach extra tubing, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
thank you so much. Are you able to help me? I'm so weak, I'm scared to stand.
Okay, yes, I can help you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Andrea.
Hi.
So Leah has just passed comfortably in her bed with her family by her side. But I just know in their culture that it's important that they have a prayer led by a male within 72 hours of death. So I was wondering if it would be okay if I page the doctor right now to make sure that the death certificate and everything gets signed in a timely manner.
For sure.
Okay, perfect. So I'll go page the doctor.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
No problem.